$123 may not seem like a lot, but really, when you look at the trading day we had today and the trade that we did take, there was actually a lot to learn from just going through the motions today, because it could have been a lot worse. So we coming out ahead today was actually a big victory. You got to celebrate good risk management and good ideas as well. Even when you don't make a boat ton of money, or you don't make that big banger trade like we did have today, we should have gotten short, but we got long. But when you do manage your risk and you do manage to save yourself, there is always something to learn. Let's jump into it and take a look. So yes, Bitcoin has rolled over today. Now, pretty nasty dump. We got some JOLTS job openings. We were waiting this morning, and when we're looking at this in hindsight, it's always easy to look at this thing in hindsight and say, hey man, we're trying to trade within this area here and trying to take advantage of price action. This was our trading day, and how did we do, right? And really, the market absolutely took a crumble today, okay? A big crumble. Looking at this here, we rolled over here, and you know what? Even though we did roll over here and have a big dump, I managed to get a long in here today, and we'll talk about that as well. Also, in our Discord, we did give the beautiful short from this high quite perfectly. So if you are not in our Discord, I mean, 102.625, swing failure up at the highs, key level of resistance, looking for that thing to happen, and guess what? It absolutely bangs. So make sure you guys are joining us over. We do have a free section of our Discord if you do want to come over and hang out. We'd love to have you over there. But looking at this here in reflection, right? So yes, coming up, Bart Simpson pattern, everybody knows it, right? We look to come back to return to where we started, right? There's our beautiful Bart Simpson happy-go-lucky pattern as we have gotten today. Now, the idea behind this really is the liquidity that has been created over the days. Now, I did not jump into the short today because I did not expect such a major dump. I was looking for a potential continuation from a low here, swing failure pattern, and continuation outwards, which we did get an SFP, but we did not get a follow through. So let's zoom into what we saw today and how we absolutely saved our bacon from getting absolutely wrecked. So this morning we were coming in here. We knew we had data coming out at 10. Okay, so this is one thing that's very important, is that we do know that we have a much shorter time window. Sometimes we get news at 8:30, sometimes we get news at 10, but we don't typically want to be in a trade during those events because price will go all over the place, right? So we had a very small window in which we were looking to take advantage of price action. Now, we did have this $123 win on the day, and you know what? I'm not complaining, because you know what we managed to do? We managed to stay alive, and sometimes trading is staying alive. It is managing to stay alive. $123 long from in here. Obviously, we always want to share and document our trading. So what happened here? This was where we took our long, okay? And we were looking for this to come back up into our VWAP above us, okay? So looking for a retrace back into the VWAP, a quick scalp from here to here, right? And looking to see our reaction up at this area here. We had, cascaded down over. We were looking for a swing failure and continuation back up, right? And doesn't mean we weren't going to continue down, but it did mean that, hey, we could be looking for a scalp back up in the VWAP, and that's what I was planning on doing. Now, we were waiting throughout the morning, and then we had this sweep at the low. So volume did come in here. As we can see, volume pushing into this low in here, right? And then we had a bounce. So we did get long right here. But what happened if we zoom in on the 1 minute here, and we were zoomed in right into this here, and looking here on the 1 minute, is that we failed to close above this high. Now, for me, I want to see strength. I want to see follow through. So we get long in here, stop loss below the low here, and we're looking to come back up into VWAP, which is, for me, a justifiable trade. This is a nice, easy, 1% move. For me, I'm generally looking for a 1% move to the upside or downside while managing my risk with a 0.3 stop loss. So this all met the criteria of what I was looking for a potential trade setup this morning, looking for this to come up into here and then get either rejected or some follow through and continuation, right? So when we came up into here, you could see me on the live stream, right? This is, you go into an hour and 45. If you want to go and watch me, the thought process through this, you can always go back and check the live streams, which is 8 a.m. till 10 a.m. if you do want to come over and trade live with us, okay? So this is pushing up here, but guess what? We stopped right here, right? I had hit a take profit. I said, I'm not going to take profit at these highs. I had hit a take profit. I said 50% because I wanted to be out. This didn't look that strong. Okay. And as it pushed here and we started to roll over here, as soon as we started to roll over here, I was like, you know what? I am out. This is not valid in my opinion because I saw weakness, right? I saw no closure above the highs. I did not see follow through, right? Whenever I'm looking for a bullish divergence on, let's say, a 12-minute or whatever, I need this to come and mitigate highs. I need highs to be mitigated in order to look for continuation. That's typically what I'm looking for, and I did not see that. Yes, we did get the bull div, right? We had a low and a higher low, right? So we have that bullish divergence this morning trying to push up, but we did not manage to close above here on like a 3 or a 5 minute time frame, suggesting continuation, suggesting that there's strength in the move. We did not get that. Therefore, I cut my loss. I cut my win quickly and got out of dodge. Now, that is a lesson to be learned, right? That is something that, hey, no matter what, not only did we protect ourselves, but we were able to identify price action was not doing what we wanted to do. We were aware that the news event was coming, so we had a very tight window in which we wanted to trade. If I didn't see strength in this move, I wasn't going to justify, holding on to this trade. Great close, managing to get out of dodge as the price absolutely dumped on everybody's head. Now, a lot of people in our Discord are short from the highs up here, right? They're short from way up here. We are off by only $70, which is quite incredible. To see, people winning here. And look at this thing. It's coming down for the liquidity at the lows. Now, is there an opportunity to trade this? We could look for a potential bounce, but this, we do not want to get in the way of something like this. We just want to wait for kind of the dust to settle. So that is the lesson that I learned today, is that, there is sometimes times where you just have to, if you're uncertain about a trade, it's very important to be like, okay, there's no real certainty here. I'm okay cutting this trade off and looking for another one, right? Now, as price continues to roll over, yes, there's an opportunity to potentially short here, and we should have been looking for the short, right? If we're looking in hindsight, right, what I do see here is, hey, we mitigated the high. We came up perfectly in here. We rolled over. We put in a lower low. We have a Bart Simpson pattern. We have a ton of liquidity below us. I should have probably been favoring a short now. Did I take the short? No, that's okay. However, you can't always plan for the big moves. Remember we said that 3% move, that 3% move down. We can't always be on point where you are absolutely catching these home run trades. So for me, it was a good risk management session. It was also like in reflection, of course, I want to try and capture those big trades and get everybody, celebrating, but it's also a victory when you're able to not take a major loss, right? This would have been a definite loss on the way down. So we were able to take a little bit of profit in a big old move against us. Okay, so the lesson has been learned. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Hopefully, you're learning something from these journals. I think it's always important. If you are new here, subscribe. We'd love to have you over in our Discord as well. Go and check that down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Much love.